Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to HIP Housing's annual luncheon. You know, for more than 2 decades, I've either been an MC at this great luncheon or I've been one of the auctioneers trying to extract more money from those of you in the community who are already such great supporters. So I'm really disappointed that I can't be with you today. But what HIP Housing does in our community is phenomenal, and I'm one of its biggest fans. In my district office lately, the telephones have been ringing off the hook, and people on the other line have been in deep distress, oftentimes crying. They are being priced out of San Mateo County by skyrocketing rents. When they discover that their longtime landlords have changed or that a corporate conglomerate has taken over the apartment building, they tremble. And with good reason. Housing in San Mateo has always been expensive, but we are actually one of the most expensive markets in the country, with a one-bedroom unit costing $2,200 per month in many cases. A person has to earn $85,000 a year to afford that rent. So what does that mean? It means that half of our households can't afford a one-bedroom apartment. That's right, one half. In fact, a minimum wage worker would have to work over 200 hours a week to afford a one-bedroom apartment. Why is this happening? Pretty simple, supply and demand. In 2013, the Silicon Valley created nearly 34,000 jobs, but only 8,000 units of housing was approved. And much of that hasn't even been built yet. So what is HIP? HIP Housing, simply put, is a lifeline. HIP Housing turns existing housing stock into new, affordable housing. HIP's home sharing program is a model for the nation. I tell people as I try to reassure them that your housemate will be screened by professionals at HIP so that you end up sharing a home with June Cleaver rather than a former stuntman for Animal House. But seriously, safety is extremely important, and that is what HIP Housing can provide to its clients. The ability to find a housemate who is compatible and who will share the burdens in our local housing market. HIP has a wonderful life skills program that graduates people each year. HIP coaches, nurtures, and at times lectures clients into changing their lives and their futures. My staff tells me that as graduates tell their stories, there isn't a dry eye in the house. You can always be proud of the work HIP Housing does for each of us, because for so long as anyone is homeless, we are all, in a sense, homeless. So welcome to this year's luncheon, and welcome to a place where optimism is forever, HIP Housing. Enjoy this wonderful lunch. Please be generous, because HIP Housing is really one of the jewels in San Mateo County.